As we all know, TJ Hockinson is no longer a Lion. Sidney Jones, as we talked about in our late night show yesterday, may indeed be coming in today for a workout and being entertained by the Lions. No more details are available as of right now, but we're going to dive into all that news and apparently a big youth movement underway in Detroit in today's Lions Talk Live.
Look, I honestly, I look at it it's an opportunity for other guys. And as good as TJ was, there's things that we'll be able to do better, potentially, having other guys on the field. I mean, there is always some of that give and take, no matter what player's out there. Mitchell has every week gotten a little bit better. You know, he hasn't gotten a heavy load, but he's going to get more on his plate now. And we think he'll be ready for that. You know, we think he's going to be ready for that. Works hard, he's smart, and then...
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. Welcome to tuning in today, Wednesday, for today's episode of Lions Talk Live. We're going to be talking a little bit about today what the impact of TJ leaving to Minnesota has on the team. Now that we've all had about a day to digest what went down, what does this mean about our team the rest of this year? The potential trade that almost happened for Jamaal Williams going to Philadelphia, and where do we go from here? It looks like Jamaal Williams, let's start off with that. Jamaal Williams nearly was traded to Philadelphia. You know, no official details are going to come out, but speculation is that Philadelphia was offering a 4th and a 6th for Williams. You know, to me, man, that would have been a tempting haul for a guy that's contract is ending at the end of this season. And we've got a lot of depth at running back. Swift may be injury prone, but beyond that, we do have some younger players that potentially could have stepped in. So it'd be surprising to find out why the Lions didn't pull that trigger when they were willing to depart, with TJ Hockinson still having a year left on his contract. But like we also talked about yesterday, TJ Hockinson is no longer here. James Mitchell or Brock are going to step up and into that starting role. Somebody's going to get a lot more minutes, perhaps both of them. I was going to say with my view of last week's game, how Mitchell fared, especially in the run blocking. He appears, and again, it's only one game, so let's be hesitant here, but it appears if that's our sample size and we see it again this upcoming weekend against Green Bay, Mitchell is a much more prominent run blocker than Hockinson is at this point in his career. And with Mitchell being a rookie, I mean, you're going to assume that he's going to get even better over time. He's big, he's athletic, you know, so let's see what happens. But at least early on, with, again, limited sample size, he looks like he could be the ideal candidate to become the replacement to TJ Hockinson. But I do want to take a moment and thank you all for tuning in today. I know this channel continues to grow, and I'm thankful for everybody's support, liking, subscribing. I mean, the comments are pretty good. So thank you for all that. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us out a lot as we get more subscribers, likes, and comments, interaction between either Lions Talk Live or each other in the comment section. It just helps get the video out there to more and more people who maybe have not yet discovered Lions Talk Live. So if you're watching this video right now, or if you watched the ones in the past and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you are watching this video, whether subscriber or not, consider hitting that like button because it does help us out greatly. All right, let's get on a little bit more to Lions news. Probably breaking news to nobody, the Detroit Lions secondary has been less than stellar in 2022. Anybody who's wanted to throw a pass against us has been able to, with almost no kind of defensive coverage, able to slow them down. No matter who we've put in opposite Jeff Okudah, it's just been target practice out there. More often than not, last year's star, Amani Oruwariye, has been MIA in coverage. Since the Minnesota game in week 3, you know, the teams have just targeted him left and right, picking on him. I'm sure we all remember in that game he had 6 penalties by himself, and it's continued throughout the season, including a healthy scratch/benching against New England right before the bye. There was some speculation maybe he was hurt, maybe that was impacting his performance, but even after the bye, Oruwariye has just not been who he was a season ago or even the year before that. And in a contract year, that's not ideal. So I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, hopefully Sidney Jones can be signed or maybe another defensive back brought in. But it does look like, based on Campbell's comments, we speculated it on Monday's overreaction video, that Jerry Jacobs is going to be stepping up into the lineup. He's probably going to be trending towards getting more and more minutes, maybe even starting. And that just continues the trend that we're seeing with Detroit, that, even though some players may only be 3 or 4 years old, Detroit's trending towards playing rookies, first-year, second-year players. Jeff Okudah, more or less, is a rookie because of the number of games he's played, and it looks like he is getting better and better throughout the season. Is he ever going to be Deion Sanders? Probably not. Is he ever going to be Darryl Green? More than likely not. But he is proving that he's no longer considered a bust from the former overall number 3 pick. So he's giving us some stability on one side. Now the Lions really got to try to find somebody, either with Jacobs or somebody else through free agency next year, to help lock down the other side. So I do have a question for everybody watching. If you would consider leaving some comments in the section below. If you had to grade what the Lions did yesterday with the trade of TJ, what do you put it at? An A, B, C, or F? Leave it in the comment section below, and perhaps even leave some thoughts behind it. Why do you think they did well with it? Why do you think they shouldn't have done it? What do you think about our backup tight end situation? Because obviously somebody has got to become a starter at this point. And do you believe Hockinson was traded because he's just going to want too much money? Do you think that Brad Holmes is just crazy and said, hey, I'm just taking whatever I can get? Whatever it is, leave some thoughts in the comments section below. If there is any more breaking news out of Detroit today, of course, we'll put out another video trying to update everybody. But I am anticipating a little bit slower news day today than the last two. Don't forget, tomorrow's Prediction Thursday. So we're going to come at you with a video breaking down the Packers versus Lions game. Hey, we've lost 5 in a row. They've lost 4 in a row. Somebody's going to get a win Sunday. And to be fair, while their defense has been better than ours, I don't think it's unheard of to think that we could win this. All right, well, that's going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all again for tuning in. Again, if you haven't subscribed or hit the like button, please consider doing so. Hope you all have a great Wednesday. Get out and enjoy it. If the weather's great where you are, I know it is here in Southwest Michigan. I want to thank you all for tuning in for today's version of Lions Talk Live.